Imagine a place so deep, so treacherous, that it holds the title of the deepest cave in the world. Welcome to the chilling depths of the Veryovkina cave. Nestled in the heart of the Western Caucasus, in the rugged landscapes of Georgia, lies a passage to the underworld. Its name is the Veryovkina cave, a name that sends shivers down the spine of even the most experienced cavers. At a staggering depth of 2,212 meters, it's a black hole in the earth, a vertical descent into the unknown that's closer to a journey to the center of the earth than a spelunking adventure. The Veryovkina cave is not for the faint-hearted. Its chilling depths are fraught with dangers that can turn a thrilling exploration into a life-threatening ordeal in a heartbeat. Hypothermia is a constant threat. The icy waters that fill its narrow tunnels and underwater passages can sap warmth from the body faster than you'd imagine, leaving an unwary explorer vulnerable to the lethal cold. Oxygen deprivation is another peril. As you descend deeper into the Veryovkina cave, the air pressure changes drastically. This sudden drop can lead to hypoxia, a condition where the body doesn't receive enough oxygen. The onset of hypoxia can be swift and deadly, its symptoms often going unnoticed until it's too late. But perhaps the most treacherous aspect of the Veryovkina cave is its sheer unpredictability. The cave's narrow tunnels and underwater passages are a labyrinth that's easy to get lost in. One wrong turn can leave you disoriented, stuck in a claustrophobic tunnel with no way out. Yet, despite these dangers, the Veryovkina cave continues to draw brave souls. Lured by the thrill of exploring the unexplored, of venturing into the heart of darkness, of challenging the very limits of human endurance. But in the face of such peril, what could possibly drive individuals to venture into this abyss? August 12th, 2024, a day that started with adventure and ended with a desperate fight for survival. It was the crack of dawn when the team of seasoned explorers, brimming with anticipation, prepared to venture into the abyss. The Veryovkina cave, a colossal labyrinth of stone and darkness, had beckoned them into its depths. Months of meticulous planning had led them to this moment. They had trained rigorously, mapping out their route, studying the cave's unique geology, and assembling an arsenal of gear designed to combat the cave's harsh conditions. Their hearts pounded with excitement as they suited up, each piece of equipment a lifeline in the face of the unknown. As they began their initial descent, the cave swallowed them whole, its immense darkness enveloping them. The air was damp and heavy, a stark contrast to the crisp morning air they left behind. The only sounds were their own breathing and the distant echo of dripping water. The cave, in its silent, ominous grandeur, was a world untouched by sunlight, a realm reserved for the brave and the foolhardy. However, the tranquility of their descent was abruptly shattered. Above ground, the weather had taken an unexpected turn. What started as a gentle drizzle rapidly escalated into a torrential downpour. The rainwater, with a relentless force, surged into the cave, transforming its entrance into a raging waterfall. The cave, once their playground, had become a perilous trap. The entrance was flooded, the chilling waters sealing off their only route to the outside world. The realization hit them like a cold slap. They were trapped. The floodwaters had turned their path of adventure into a one-way journey, a descent with no return. Their excitement turned into dread, their anticipation replaced with a gnawing fear. The cave, once a symbol of their daring pursuit, was now their prison. Trapped in the belly of the earth, the team braced themselves for what was to come. With the entrance flooded and no way out, the team now faced a grueling test of endurance. The first order of business was to ration the food supplies. These were the lifelines, the slender threads that held them to the world of the living. The team had brought enough provisions for the planned expedition, but nobody had anticipated being trapped underground for months on end. Every morsel of food, every drop of water became precious. They rationed out the supplies meticulously, stretching out each meal to last as long as possible. Maintaining body temperature was another challenge. The subterranean environment of the Veryovkina cave is unforgivingly cold. The team had to huddle together for warmth, sharing body heat to stave off the chill. They wrapped themselves in whatever they could find: thermal blankets, spare clothing, even each other. But the physical challenges, daunting as they were, paled in comparison to the psychological stress. The darkness of the cave became a mirror, reflecting and amplifying their fears, their doubts, their despair. The isolation was suffocating, the silence deafening. The world above, with its sunlight and fresh air, seemed like a distant memory. A dream that was slowly fading away. Yet, in the face of this relentless adversity, the team chose to fight. They chose to hope. They kept their spirits up with stories and jokes, with shared memories and shared dreams. They sang songs to break the silence, to drown out the eerie echoes of the cave. They drew strength from each other, their camaraderie becoming a beacon of light in the dark. Efforts to contact the outside world were tireless. They had brought radios with them, but the thick cave walls rendered them useless. They tried tapping on the cave walls, hoping that the sound would carry to the surface. They even attempted to swim through the flooded entrance, but the current was too strong, the risk too great. Meanwhile, on the surface, rescue efforts were underway. Teams of divers braved the treacherous waters, navigating the narrow passageways in search of a route to the trapped explorers. Attempts to pump out the water proved futile. The cave was an unyielding adversary, as merciless as it was mysterious. Every day was a struggle, every night a test of resolve. The team clung to life with a determination that was both inspiring and heartbreaking. They faced the darkness, the cold, the hunger, and the fear, refusing to let go, refusing to give in. But as days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, the situation grew increasingly dire. Finally, after 9 agonizing months, a break in the weather provided a glimmer of hope. As the relentless storm subsided, the floodwaters that had kept the survivors trapped started to recede, revealing a perilous path towards freedom. It was a daunting prospect, but the thought of escape was too tantalizing to ignore. The survivors rallied their strength for this final challenge. With the floodwaters receding, they began a daring climb towards the surface. The ascent was fraught with danger. The cave walls were slick with moisture, and the air was thin. Every step was a battle against fatigue and fear, yet they pressed on, driven by a primal will to survive. As they climbed, the darkness that had been their constant companion began to recede, replaced by a faint but growing light. It was a beacon in the darkness, a promise of freedom that fueled their determination. But the escape was not without its toll. The physical strain was immense, their bodies pushed to the brink of endurance. Every muscle screamed in protest, every breath was a labor, yet it was the emotional toll that was perhaps the most profound. Emerging from the cave, they were confronted with a world that had carried on without them. The familiar had become unfamiliar, the routine had become alien. Yet amidst the disorientation there was also a sense of triumph. They had faced the unimaginable and had emerged stronger. They had been tested, and they had not been found wanting. The world outside was a stark contrast to the darkness they had left behind. The brightness of the sun was blinding, the air was fresh, and the sounds were vibrant. It was overwhelming, a sensory overload after months of deprivation. And so, they emerged forever changed by their ordeal. They were no longer just survivors, but warriors who had battled the very elements and won. Their bodies were weary, but their spirits were unbroken. After 9 months of darkness, they finally saw the light of day. The harrowing escape was over, but their journey was far from done. There were still lessons to be learned, and their story was far from over. The Veryovkina cave tragedy was a stark reminder of the power of nature and the fragility of human life. This chilling narrative serves as a testament to the unpredictability of our planet, the profound depths of its unexplored corners, and the dangers that lurk beneath the surface. The ordeal faced by these brave explorers underscores the importance of preparedness, yet even the most meticulous planning can falter in the face of nature's whims. This tale is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a testament to our ability to persevere, adapt, and survive in the most dire of circumstances. Their story is not one of defeat, but rather one of victory. Victory over fear, over despair, over seemingly insurmountable odds. It is a story that highlights the power of unity, the strength of determination, and the astonishing capacity of humans to endure. The world's deepest cave had claimed 9 months of their lives, but in return, it gave them a story of survival that will be remembered for generations to come.